You know what? Being in a relationship with a man or getting married to a man isn't necessarily the riskiest thing that a woman can do. I mean, yes, I get it. It can lead to being controlled and losing money, abuse. I totally understand that. But there's something much more dangerous and risky that women can do when they are in a relationship with a man. And that is getting pregnant by one. The number one cause of death in pregnant women is not a disease or malpractice from doctors. It's them being murdered by their intimate partner. The horror stories I have heard from women who everything was great when they were dating, everything was great when they were married, but once they got pregnant, that's when that man turned into a monster. Men tend to use babies to control you. If they think you're going to leave them, if they don't want you to take a promotion, if they don't want you having friends or leaving the house, they want to control you, they'll knock you up. Then you're affected financially and emotionally. A lot of women don't leave abusive men because they have kids now and they don't want to be out on the street, and now they got to take time to make a plan. Some women never leave. I had a woman one time brag that she's proud of the fact that she stayed with her abuser for her kids. That's nothing to brag about. But then again, when kids are involved, that's a whole nother level of emotional and mental shit that is now put on a woman, financial too. This is also why I preach for people to take their time when making major life decisions about moving in, about marriage, and about especially babies with a lot of these men. Set boundaries. You need to see what they're like when you set boundaries, when you say no to them, not just once, but repeatedly. When you say, you know what, I don't feel comfortable with this. I don't like this. You know, when y'all are having mature discussions about things, you need time because some of these men can act. I've heard of, there was a woman who told me one time that everything was great, and then on their honeymoon, he threw her across the room because she asked for pancakes instead of waffles for room service. A lot of women, we've been programmed to believe that motherhood is the most magical, successful thing that a woman can do. It is our purpose and life's mission to be a mom. And I get it. For some women, that might be very true. But just when making a major life decision like bringing another human being into this world, take your time, please, because being in an abusive relationship will not only affect you, but it will also affect your child. And I get it. We're a victim of patriarchy. Financial reasons is why you can't leave right away. But there are so many adult children who grew up and they're now not speaking to their mom because their mom stayed with their abusive dad. They don't care the reason. They just know that when they were being abused, they were not protected. They can't just pack a bag and go and walk away, at least not safely. And they are not only upset with their dad for abusing them, but they're upset with their mom for staying. And even if your child is not upset with you and takes it to that extreme, they're going to be affected mentally and emotionally. That's going to affect how they have relationships with other people. And they are way more likely to repeat the cycle or to hurry up and escape your chaotic household to be with another man in another chaotic household. I get it. Your grandma and grandpa met and 2 days later they got married and they've been happily ever after for 65 years. But what a lot of people are not telling you was that our grandmas were getting abused, cheated on, taken advantage of. Our grandpas were fucking alcoholics, taking advantage of people. I get it. Your grandma had to beat your grandpa in the head with a baseball bat to make him act right, but she settled the rest of the time. She didn't have a fucking choice. What else was she gonna do? A lot of older women are telling us, don't fucking get married. Wait on having children, because they know. My grandma was married when she was 13 years old, had 12 kids, and told me marriage should be the least of your worries. Don't even worry. Don't live your life. So while I understand marriage and being in a relationship with these men are a risk, so are children. And sometimes they'll even use those children to run you in and out of the legal system, claiming that you're crazy and unfit. They will harass you that way and try to take the kids away from you, to mess with you emotionally. They will be in your life forever at that point with a baby. We will read reviews before buying a dress. We'll shop around before buying a car or a new phone. We'll change up a realtor if we don't have the right one when we're looking for a house. But we will start a family with any dumbass that shows us any attention. We need to pause and take time and be more selective and patient with who we are starting families with. Because that split-second decision can change your life forever. Oh yeah, I get it. You know, kids are a blessing, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Shut up. But kids also cost money. And with kids comes a lot of responsibility. And if you have now attached yourself to a complete and total loser, they will use that child to ruin and cause chaos in your life. Let's be smart.